Welcome back, everybody. It is a Thrifty Thursday this morning on Rising. They are the #1 and #2 most popular New Year's resolutions, getting finances in order and getting in shape. But what if we could do both at the same time? This is something we can actually do.
Yes, we're going to try. Yeah.
Okay, well, local financial professional James Gallagher with Waterstone Financial joins us again. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. So, New Year resolutions,
Right.
These are important. There are 3 things you can do to improve both your health and your wealth. Many of us making those New Year's resolutions. Explain this to me. How do we start here?
Well, 75% of people say that, getting in shape is on their list, and 65% saying that getting in financial shape is on their list. So a lot of people, it's on both their lists.
I was saying I want to get that financial six-pack. So, so these 3 things, what can we do to improve both?
Well, so let's take debt, for instance, okay? If you have debt, you're not alone. 3 out of 4 of us have debt. But, how do we get started? Well, if you're in a weight loss program, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check in. We're going to do that weight check-in. We're going to get on the scales and figure out where we're at. And then we're going to have a plan to do that on a regular basis to see where we're at. We're going to do the same thing when we're talking about debt. We're going to take and create a list and put all of our debt on it, how much we're paying on that debt, what the interest rates are, how much is left to pay when we think it's going to be all finished. And we're going to put that together. We have a process to do that at Waterstone. WaterstoneFinancial.net has that sheet. Really cool to put it together. That's your way in. We're going to do that on a regular basis.
Oh, great.
Right.
Well, and this is something I got some recent advice. Tell me if this is true or not, but when you see those 2 pounds on the scale when you've lost it, it kind of bumps you forward, gives you the momentum to keep going. So with the same, when you have debt, you want to pay down the small manageable debt, and it kind of keeps you moving forward?
You got it. That's exactly what you want to do. Right. Perfect.
Well, let's talk about if people aren't saving for retirement now. That's also a big one.
Yeah, so saving for the golden years. I mean, if the ultimate goal of getting in shape is to live a healthy life and to live longer. Right? Well, if you can live longer, we're going to need
more
that.
Money.
We're going to need that retirement in place. So, how do we put that? Well, we want to create that long-term plan and have those checkmark goals on the way, same as you would in a weight loss program. You're going to need to do that in this program. So, that's basically what we want to do is get that plan in place, have checkpoints on the way, and tie the 2 together.
Would you say it's all about being realistic? I think when you have debt, you kind of put it in the back of your mind. You don't think about it. It's not happening. It's not there. But once you get real with it, let's get realistic here a little bit. To get debt started, to get your retirement plan started, one of the best ways is if you have a 401k at work, let's make sure that you're matching. Your employer's going to give you a match. They're going to give you a max match of maybe 4% or 5%. At least save that much. But I walk through a process with people where we take and do this little exercise where we start saving when you're 25 years old. You put 10% of your paycheck away, every paycheck, from then until you're 65. You put in the normal assumptions for growth of money and for pay raises that whole time. And did you know that that's still not enough? Not enough? So at 10%, come, we'll sit down, we'll go through it. It's unbelievable how much money it's going to take to fill that retirement void when you get there. Okay, all right, I got some work to do. Lastly, something that we all need to do, and it's hard to do when it comes to money and budget, is patience. Why is patience so important?
Well, okay, so, can you go on a diet for 2 or 3 days a week, and then maybe another week? Are you going to hit your goals if you do that?
No, not at all.
Okay, so it's going to take you're going to have to be patient.
Yeah.
It's going to be small steps. You're going to lose a pound a week or something like that. And when you first start a retirement plan, what's going to happen is it's not going to seem like very much, but every week, every paycheck, you need to start that process and build it up. So patience becomes an incredibly important part of this whole process. If you're going to get to the eventual goals, you're going to have to be patient. We really coach that and teach that.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And Jamie, since